Hello, my name is Veronica and welcome into the Learning Lab. And in today's lab I'd like to share with you some dies that I've gotten from Tuesday morning over the years and to share with you my secret weapon for cutting out these very intricate dies. Come on in and let's get started. I want to start with these lifestyle quick cuts dies that I have picked up from Tuesday morning, and I want to say I got all of these last year in 2018, and I have just now had an opportunity to play with them. So in playing with them, I also wanted to use these, right? But here's the deal. They were not thick enough to go through my Cuttlebug, which is what I was using. So instead, I had to go ahead and use the regular Cuttlebug sandwich of the base plate, my cutting plate, and then my top plate. And that's what I use on these. Now, here's what I like about these. I'm able to cut out all of these at once. And if I want one in just a different color, they actually put two single ones in each, and I thought that was really cool. So what do those look like when they're cut out? Let's take a look at these eyelet circle punches. I put one through in red, and then I did another one in white and layered those on top. Now, in addition to that, I also cut out the trees, these evergreens. One has a straight shape to it, and the other one has more of a decorative edge. I glued these two together, and then I popped the tree up on a foam dot. So what you could do on this is on the back, before you put it all together, is to stamp your to and from, and there, once you run some twine through, you have a cute little Christmas tag, and I thought that was absolutely precious. Now the other one are the oval punches, is that I have one circle and then one that would fit right on top. Now those could be used for a lot of different things, but I was thinking if you were making, let's say, little monsters for something, you could glue those right down in there and then glue one up at the corner, and those could be some really quirky eyes going on. But the beauty of this is they cut out all of these at once, and you don't have to keep punching or running them through your die cutter over and over. One of the next things I went to were these letters from Momenta, and these are extra large alpha, so they're really big, but they are absolutely beautiful. When you look at all of the letters that you get and then the special characters, I thought that was such a good buy that I went ahead and got those, and I did a little bit of cutting. So I pulled out the H in the I and I cut out high. And this one I did a little cattywampus, just, you know, to have fun with it. And I was playing around with some of my glitter paper, that if you put the glitter behind it, that's a really beautiful sparkly high. So the first time I did it, I tried to line it up, and I was not that successful. It came out like this, but it's still something that I could use. Now, one other thing I pulled out, because I have a lot of stamps that say, you know, you are great, you are the best, I love you, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic you. And I am thinking these would cut out beautifully on here. Now I am going to do this using my Cuttlebug. And I know we all have our favorite machines, but let me tell you, this Cuttlebug has just been my friend forever. So here's my sandwich. I have my base plate, my cutting plate. Then I'm going to put down my paper. So I'm going to cut into this part of it, and then just decide where I want my U. I could do Y-O-U that way. So here is how I have decided to cut it. And now when I take it off, there it is, cut out beautifully. And in addition to that, I also have these letters that I can use on another project. And now you would keep this O so that you could insert it back in on your card. And then the Y is out of there. And there's my beautiful U, and I think this is adorable. So let's pull my orange piece back behind. And that is beautiful. So you could stamp whatever you wanted on the top. And then in addition, you have your leftover pieces. Now this card that I'm cutting this out is probably 110 pound weight. It's some card that I got from a friend who works at a printing shop. And they had a lot of paper that they were getting rid of. And his wife called me up and said, hey, can you use some of this paper? I was like, you bet I can use some of that paper. So I hopped right on over there and got some for myself. Now the next one I want to share is this one. It's from Spellbinders, and it's a really pretty set. It's one of those layered ones. And I've already prepped them in anticipation of cutting them out. And I've chosen, this is the very top layer, and I've chosen the light yellow. The middle layer, I've chosen the golden, and for my base layer, I've chosen a white. Now, here's where I want to show you my secret weapon for cutting these out. Because on the first go through on my Cuttlebug, it did this. Now, I no longer have my Spellbinders, my Grand Caliber Spellbinders machine. I went ahead and got rid of it. The last time my plates got stuck in it and I had to spend like an hour and a half getting it out, I thought it just was not worth my time. But when I went into my Spellbinder and got this, I was like, nope, not going to work either. And then I recalled someone doing a video where they used heavy plastic vinyl as a layer to cut it out. And I was like, well, I don't have that, but I do have this, you know, that foamy stuff. And where you get it from is when you purchase dishes. They wrap it up in that foam. And I have purchased plenty of dishes from Macy's and Nordstrom and those places that I get this, that the dish slides into. And I have them for cups, I have them for saucers, I have them for everything. And because I'm such a pack rat, I never threw it away. I still store some of mine that way. And so what I did was I took one for a small bowl or a saucer, and I went ahead and cut it down. And then the resulting piece, I just took it and cut it in half. And this is what I use when I cut out my dies. Now, I don't need it for this die because it's not very intricate. It's considered to be a solid die. But for these two, I need it. So let me show you how to use this secret weapon to cut these out. And again, I am using my Cuttlebug. The sandwich is my base plate, my cutting plate. I'm putting down my secret weapon. And then my die is going to go face down on top of there. I'm going to situate it at an angle. And then my cutting plate on top. Look at that. I mean, and look, it just pops right out. They fall out. OMG. Wow. Look, they simply fall out. I probably could have banged the die on the side of my counter, but look at that. Beautifully and cleanly cut and ready to be put on a card. So let me cut the other one. And that is this one. Again, pulling back in my little secret weapon, and as you can see, it's starting to show a little bit of wear, but I can keep using this. I've cut out quite a few of these. So I'll get my plate, make my sandwich, and let's see. think I may have been off of my yellow just a little bit, but we'll see. Nope, came out fine. And look at that, beautifully cut. Okay, this is going to be a little loud noise, so be ready. Die is clean. Look at that. OMG. Oh my goodness. I could not have asked for better. It just pops right out. Who knew? Who knew? And I know many of us get this foam and different things that we purchase. So then the last one I want to cut is this one, and it's more solid. And again, you're not going to need your secret weapon for cutting those out. You can do your regular cutting plate. I need to flip this one. And your material, I am going to put that on an angle. And then my seat plate. Now let's see if I need it for this. Doesn't look like it, but look, it did not cut all the way through. I could probably turn this, and if I don't get it out of the slots, run it back through again. Let me check this. Alright, I could probably run this back through again without the secret weapon, but I just might need it after all. And there, I was able to get that to come through and to cut cleanly. So what I'd like to do is show you what these look like all put together. And so here are the three pieces in the order in which they would be stacked. So on top of here would go this one. Let's turn it the right way. And then on top of here is the yellow, which is the really top one. Now when I put mine together, I used some spray glue, adhered them down, and there it is, ready for a card. Thought that was lovely. And that is from Spellbinders 3-die set. And these two could definitely be used alone on a card because they are just that cute. Even just these two layered together would look really pretty also. But I do like the look that the white gives on the background of this one. I just think that's pretty. That was from the Spellbinders Layers of Floral Triplet Cutting Die. What I want to share is this one, and it is a wreath from the Spellbinder Designer series. Has a wreath and has the bow. I wasn't that crazy about the bow, but when I cut out my wreath, I did the same thing with using this, and it cuts out a beautiful, beautiful wreath. Now this bow I felt was really large, and when I was cutting, I just grabbed some blue paper, so I ended up cutting that in blue. So as I looked at what was on here, and I thought, wow, what if I wanted to recreate this? This is this little with a thankful heart that is on here. Now I can see in the very back where they have that bow, but then I thought, well, what about all of these that are in here? Then I remembered I had something for that. Yes, indeed. I have this from Tim Holtz. It's the Autumn Gatherings leaf set. Now, to cut this one, I did use my long set that I purchased. I think I got it from Michael's, can't be really sure. And this comes with the base plate, which I put through my Cuttlebug. It's the extended spacer platform. And I did put that through my Cuttlebug and I used this base plate. I put this one from my other ones, most of them suggest you cut with this face up. So I put this face up, put my paper on there, and then I put my other cutting plate on top. And then I just ran that through my Cuttlebug, and I made sure that when I put it through, I went under one side of the roller, and that way it cut everything out beautifully. Just remember to rotate your plate so that they don't get too warped. So this, I did it without embossing, but when I took the bow through, or the ribbon, I did go ahead and emboss that. And then all of my little pieces that I got from when I cut out my Tim Holtz ones. So I have branches here that I didn't ink anything because I'm mainly just playing around. And so you can put all of your branches there and start to insert your leaves. There were also some acorns in the one from Tim Holtz. And then you just start layering everything on there to get the look that you want. Now I thought about putting a little tree in the middle. That could probably be cute too. But I just thought, oh wow, this would be fun to just layer this up and just go for it and just load down this wreath. Isn't that cute? Love this wreath. And not just for fall. You could put Halloween on it. You could put Christmas on it. You could put Easter on it. One thing I want to share with you before I go, and that's what I decided to do with these quick cuts, large cutting ones. I went ahead and removed the top of this off, the one that has a hang tag. Then I took these edges and I cut around those. Now if you have a corner rounder, you could do that too, because I found this is the best for storing them in, and by having that edge gone, I can slide these in and out very easily without slicing my finger on the hard plastic, just by leaving a little bit of that exposed so that I can catch it, pull it out, and push it back in. As always, thank you for joining me in the lab. Please be sure to check out my blog at inkollusions.blogspot.com. And if you get a chance, go looking for some of that intricate die cutting secret weapon. Until then.